Hey. What is going on? This is Guy Newcomb here, and welcome to Missouri Sports Network. Missouri Sports Network has a home field advantage. Certainly glad that you have tuned in. If you'd like to take part on Facebook, Twitter, you can go to our chat overlay. You can just type us up a note here, and we will see it right here in the studio, or you can give us a call at 417-327-6914 right here into the studio if you want to be part of the show. Coming up today on High School Game Day, we'll run down some of the football games in the state of Missouri. We'll go over some soccer scores from last night. We'll hear from our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week from Bishop DeBerg, Austin Bergman. We'll also visit with our Liona Labor's Local 663 Team of the Week, the Nixa Boys Cross Country Team. And without further ado, we'll run through some of the soccer scores from last night. There were 80 games on the docket a night ago in boys soccer. After goes to 5-1 as they defeat Metro 1-0. Battle over Sunnydale Adventist Academy High School. Lincoln College Prep 2-1. Mexico defeats Boonville 3-0. Again, these are high school boys soccer scores from last night. Camp Capital City 2-1. Northwest Cedar Hill defeats Carthage 2-1. That in the Parkview Varsity Tournament in Springfield. Elsewhere over Central St. Joseph 2-1. Bishop LeBlond over Chillicothe 4-0. New Update Academy shuts out Fairgrove 6-0. Belleville West over Fox. It was Francis Howell over Francis Howell Central 3-0. Farmington 6-0 over Fredericktown. Fulton over Military Academy 6-2. Harrisonville defeats Grandview 6-0. St. Paul Lutheran 5 over Green Ridge. Guadalupe Center chartered 9-1 over Daniel Academy. Over West 4-0. 5 over Tolton. Catholic defeats Elias Catholic 3-0. Priory over Holt 2-0. Liberty Joplin. Kearney over Smithville 3-0. Moberly over Kirksville 3-1. Knobnoster defeats Iberia 5-0. Smithton over Lamont 7-0. It was Liberty 4-1 over Lee Summit. Liberty undefeated on the season. Logan Rogersville goes to 5-0 with their 8-0 defeat of College Heights Christian. Lone Jack 5-0 over Ewing Kaufman. Cardinal over Lutheran North 2-1. Maryville defeats Excelsior Springs 3-2. McClure over McClure North 1-0. Carl Junction 3-2 over McDonald County. Lafayette Wildwood 3-1 over MICDS. Monette now 5-0 on the season. They defeat Branson 5-3. Sullivan defeats North County 2-1. North Point over Warrenton 4-1. Northeast Kansas City shuts out Benton 1-0. Oak Grove over Cameron 8-0. Odessa over Winnetonka 3-2. Bolivar, they're 3-1 on the season. They defeat Osage 2-0. Pacific over Washington 3-2. Parkview over Crocker 2-1. Clayton over Pattonville 8-0. St. Michael Archangels, they go to 6-0 as they defeat Pembroke Hill 3-1. Hillsborough over Rittenhour 3-2. Again, this is our Great Southern Bank boys soccer scoreboard from last night. Great Southern Bank with more than 100 locations in 6 states. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC. Rockwood Summit over DeSmet Jesuit 4-0. Glendale defeats Rolla 2-0. Pleasant Hill over Savannah 2-0. Poplar Bluff over Seckman 3-1. Marshall over Smith Cotton 4-3. Orchard Farm shuts out St. Charles West 2-0. St. Dominic over Oakville. Westminster Christian 2-1 over St. Francis Borgia. St. Mary Southside 2-0 over Gateway. Stover over Cole Camp 8-0. Cannon 4-1 over Pacific. Van Horn beats East Kansas City 2-1. Liberty Wentzville over Vianney 3-2. Springfield Central 8-1. They defeat Green 3-1, and St. Charles over Winfield. talking about high school football games from around the state tonight here. As always, we invite you to tune in to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network. But without further ado, we'll get to our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Male Athlete of the Week from Bishop DuBourg, boys soccer, Austin Bergman. Right after this message from Chevrolet.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job, so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get a $500 cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy CyberCash. Visit ChevyCyberCash.com today.
Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. I'm Guy Newcomb, the scoreboard guy, alongside here on High School Game Day, and it's time for our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week segment. We go to Bishop DuBourg High School, home of the Cavaliers, and head soccer coach Brian Gillick. Coach Gillick, hey, thanks for your time today.
Thanks for having us. Nice talking to you today.
Coach, you guys 4-0, including an overtime win here just a couple of nights ago over Deschênes. Talk about the season up to this point for the Cavaliers.
So far, so good. We had our little three-team tournament start the season, and we had 3 good wins here. We coming together. We have about 6 seniors this year, so it's different than the years past. This is my 3rd season here, and had a big conference win on Wednesday night, overtime, a game on the road at Deschênes. So far, so good. We're small tweaks here or there, but overall, very, very pleased with the start of the season.
And Coach, for the folks around the state maybe not familiar with your conference, kind of handicap your conference, who's in it, kind of talk about some of the powers and where the power lies in your conference.
Absolutely. Our conference, Deschênes on our side of it is going to be very, very tough this year. They're up. They have a lot of seniors. They are very well coached. They do a great job out there, and that was a big win. You got St. Francis Borgia, who beat us last year in the semifinals of state, and they won Class 1 state. They got bumped up a couple classes this year, but they returned a lot of their starters, and they're going to be very, very tough this year as well. I would say them and St. Dominic. St. Dominic's in the other division in our conference. They're always tough as well. So we have a lot of competition. Lutheran St. Charles is always tough year round, and then you have Christian O'Fallon as well. But if I'm handicapping it, I would say Deschênes, Borgia, and St. Dominic, who we don't play, but we play Borgia again, or we play Borgia later this year on the road, and we host Deschênes again here in a few weeks. So that'll be our toughest battles coming up, in my opinion.
And with regards here, this is the Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week segment. Austin Bergman alongside. Tell us a little bit about Austin and what makes him tick.
Austin, this is his 2nd year as a captain of our team. He's a senior captain. Now it's not only the goals with Austin. His work rate off the ball. He's a big target. We put him up top in the middle, and he's a team player. He's really come a long way. Like I said, I've had Austin. This is our 3rd year here, and just attitude and energy that he brings every single day to training, and you can see the results in the field. Obviously, he had 8 goals in the first 3 games. Now he has 9 goals for the first through the first 4 games, along with 2 assists. So super proud of Austin. I'm super proud of the adjustments he makes in game as far as, when he's getting double teamed, and even against Afton last week, he was getting triple teamed and did a very good job. And the other night, obviously Deschênes knew who Austin was. We see him twice a year, every year. So they did a good job marking him out, and he kept stuck with it, kept his chances, and scored the overtime goal. And super proud of the way he's accepted all the challenges that he's faced so far.
Again, you're watching High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage, and brought to you, as always, by Liuna Laborers Local 663, and our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, and Austin Bergman from Bishop DuBourg. First off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations, Austin.
Thank you.
I got the stats, had 8 goals and 2 assists, and then lo and behold, I look up and you get the overtime winner against Deschênes on Wednesday night. Talk about your start from your point of view your start and the team start to the season at 4-0?
I think my start, I've been doing really well. I've been doing my job right, but I think it all starts with the midfielders. They've been doing their job. They've been doing really good. Whenever they lose the ball, they get it back. They work it through up the field, and then they just send me, and I do my job too. So it's been working.
How do you, let's say you're going to you have a game on Saturday. What are you doing? What are you doing to get prepared for Westminster Christian? What are you doing mentally and physically, that morning and throughout the day to kind of get prepared?
Throughout the day, I really listen to music to get me prepared, and I hydrate a lot. So hydration is a big part of getting prepared because I don't want to catch like a late game cramp. I don't want to let my team down. Our whole team collectively, we all hydrate pretty well as well. And we all talk it through. We look at the other teams. We look at their stats. We look at everything. We talk it through. We really get good recruiting on the other team, and we see how it is.
And you've got to be thankful to the weather broke. It's not as stifling as it was, say, 10 days, 2 weeks ago. That's got to make you feel a little better.
Yes, sir.
I can't hear. What? Can you hear me? Okay.
No, you were.
We lost you for a minute, but now we have you back. Now we lost you on the last question.
Okay. Austin, talk a little bit about kind of in game. What are some things that you're looking for? What are you trying to take advantage of during as the game goes on?
So in game, what I look for is over the top ball a lot because I have speed and I like to use that a lot against slower defenses. So if I realize one side of the field's lacking speed a little bit more than the other, I lean towards that side. I really rely on my midfielders to work the ball up the field and then help me out and send me a good ball.
Are there things, I'm sorry, as you look at your schedule, and I do this just based on what I do. I look at schedules from around the state. Hey, I'd like to be at this contest, this, whether it's soccer, football, volleyball, softball, whatever in the fall. As you look at your schedule, are there games that you look forward to? Maybe it's a rivalry, a conference
Absolutely.
game. And who are some of those?
I look forward to our Borgia game again this year. I think it'll be a really close game because they knocked us out of state last year. So I look forward to playing them. Every year I look forward to playing St. Mary's because that's our rivals. Lately we've been doing really good against them, and I hope we can keep doing good against them. And this year in specifically, I'm looking forward to our Principia game because every time we go to Principia, we always just mess something up. But I think this year we can get them this year.
Outstanding. Well, Austin, once again, on behalf of Chevrolet and Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being named to Athlete of the Week. And Coach Gillick, what games do you look forward to as a coach?
Well, the old cliche, take the next game as it comes, and we have our next three contests are going to be something. It's going to really test where we're at as a team because we host Westminster tomorrow. They are super solid again. Last year they worked us over pretty good at their place, so I'm looking forward to that. And then next weekend we travel down to Springfield Catholic, so we have Springfield Catholic next Friday night at 7:00 under the lights, and that's always a big game. They're a Class 3 school, and they're off to a really good start. I believe they're 4-1 if I looked at it right. And then the Saturday morning down at Springfield Catholic, we play against St. Mike's. And St. Michael, they're really tough as well. And I believe they're a Class 3 undefeated so far as well. So we go to that tournament every year, and it's really a great time. It's really a great team bonding. We go down Friday, have mass lunch at Springfield Catholic, get to bond with the other schools and grow close with them. We play them at night. We, all have a team hotel, obviously. We get to bond, get to know our teammates better. And then Saturday morning, we wake up, prepare, play St. Michael's, and then we come home. So next three games are going to be very, very – it'll be a great measuring stick for our team and is what we need to work on and where we're at right now.
Well, outstanding. Well, Coach Gillick, first off, thank you for helping set this up with Austin, and congratulations to you and your team on a great start. Again, congratulations to Austin, and thanks for being part of the Missouri Sports Network here on High School Game Day.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Super proud of everything, and thank you very much for reaching out, and look forward to talking to you and seeing you in the future.
You bet. You're watching High School Game Day on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol remind us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here.
The qualities in a truck that are most important are reliability, just really great function.
Having a truck is pretty much a necessity to getting to most of these locations. Oftentimes it's narrow, steep, loose, rough, rocky roads.
Having a truck is essential to every part of what we do, from picking up material for the home to delivering the home.
Always carrying something, pulling something.
It's something that we use every single day here.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
Only Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
Not only is Country Financial our insurance, but they treated us like family.
Relationships are the single most important piece of the puzzle. We always ask this question: what is the right thing to do?
Welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network here, High School Game Day on a Friday, and we'll run through some of the scores from soccer that's already taken a few tournament in Springfield. Glendale over Joplin 3-0, and then Carthage defeats Glendale 3-1. Also in the Parkview tournament today, Liberty North over Ozark 2-1. Again, these are boys soccer scores from today. Also, the Ozarks tournament going on, softball tournament going on. I have a final. Jackson defeats Carthage 8-3. Jackson, a final in 3 innings. They defeat Glendale 20-5. Carthage over Excelsior Springs 17-2. And elsewhere, no finals there. Glendale earlier today defeats Carthage 2-1 in a tremendous game there. So Glendale's played Carthage, Jackson, and they're playing Excelsior Springs as we are. They're getting ready to play Excelsior Springs as we speak. Again, this is Guy Duke on the scoreboard guy. You want to be part of the show, you can give us a call at 417-327-6914. I'll put you right in the studio with me, and we will get you on the air, provided you can keep it clean. And I'm sure you can. Looking through other scores, in fall baseball, Galena defeats Purdy 10-0. Also, in 8-man football, it's game day as Schuyler takes on Plattsburgh. Also, Webb City is at Republican football. And the home opener at Kickapoo tonight as Kickapoo takes on Lebanon, which should be a dandy matchup here as you look at some of the football games going on across the state of Missouri. You've got CBC taking on SLU tonight, battle of powers and rivals there in the St. Louis area. Elsewhere, let's see here if we can get some final scores from early in week 3 that took place last night. West Plains defeats Hillcrest 45-12, and Oakville over Webster Groves 35-24. Oakville now 3-0 on the season. Webster Groves 0-3, whereas West Plains is 2-1 now, 45-12 over Hillcrest, who moves to 0-3. As you look at games that are going on tonight, St. Joe Christian is at Albany. Highlights Catholic is at Battle. Rich Hill is at Archie. Lafayette. St. Joe at Benton. Afton is at Bishop DeBerg. Afton 0-2 on the season. Bishop DeBerg 0-2. Knox County is at Bishop LeBlond. Hallsville is at Boonville. And Bolivar looks to go 3-0 as they will host Parkview tonight at Southwest Baptist University. South Shelby is at Brookfield. Lutheran St. Charles is at Bowling Green. El Dorado Springs is at Buffalo. Southern Boone at California. Waynesville is at Camdenton. Both teams 1-1 in the Ozark Conference. Neosho and Carl Junction both 0-2, and Neosho is there at Carl Junction. Sherwood is at Carrollton. Caruthersville has already defeated Donovan via the forfeit. Already 13-0. Excuse me. Oak Grove looking to go 3-0 as they're at Center. Poplar Bluff is at Cape Central. Kelly is at Chaffee. Maryville is at Chillicothe. Macon is at Clark County. Holden is at Clinton. Oric at Concordia. Northland Christian is at Cornerstone. Lincoln is at Crestridge. Miller travels to Cuba. Chaminade is at DeSmet. Southold at DeKalb. North County is at DeSoto. Central New Madrid is at Dexter. Appleton City is at Drexel. Nevada is at East Newton. Cardinal Ritter has already defeated Deschênes via the forfeit, 13-0. Jackson is at Farmington. Louisiana is at Father Tolton. Scotland County at Fayette. Windsor is at Festus. Clever at Forsyth. Lindbergh is at Fox. Lutheran North at Francis Howe. Fort Zumwalt East is at Fort Zumwalt North. Western is at Fulton. Elsewhere, Troy Buchanan is at Hannibal. Slater is at Hardin Central. Marceline at Harrisburg. St. James looks to go 3-0 as they will travel to Herman. Marshfield is at Hollister. Washington at Holt. Salem at Houston. In 8-man action, Lockwood is at Jasper. Herculaneum at Jefferson Festus. Lebanon at Kickapoo. Both teams coming in 2-0 in the Ozark Conference. And, this probably right now, whoever wins this game is probably going to be the favorite to win the conference. I know Bolivar is undefeated as well, and they've got a game with Parkview tonight. Should win that game. But Lebanon at Kickapoo, probably the two strong teams in the conference. I know Lebanon has had an easier schedule to this point, playing Hillcrest and Parkview, while Kickapoo has defeated, last week they defeated Camdenton in come-from-behind fashion. Eureka is at Kirkwood. Windsor at Knob Noster. Penny is at Lawson. Blue Springs is at Lee Summit. Park Hill South at Lee Summit West. Ray-Pec is at Liberty. Wright City is at Mark Twain. Hazelwood Central is at Marquette. Richmond at Marshall. Logan Rogersville is at McDonald County. Big matchup there. That's probably going to determine who's the 1 seed maybe in that district, in Class 4 District 6. Logan Rogersville 1-1. McDonald County also 1-1. Logan Rogersville's loss came to Lamar last week. McDonald County is in week 1 to Mount Vernon. Odessa is at Mexico. Wellington Napoleon at Midway. Aurora is at Mount Vernon, the Battle of the Bell. Carthage at 0-2 is at Nixa tonight. Worth County at North Andrew. East Buchanan at North Platte. Liberal is at Osceola. St. Clair is at Pacific. Elsewhere in action tonight, Central St. Joe is at Raytown. Grandview is at Raytown South. Webb City is at Republic. The last time these two met was in the districts a year ago, and Republic defeated Webb City after having lost to them earlier in the season. Republic is 2-0. Kind of an upstart there in the Central Ozark Conference. This is probably going to come down to, likely, that Republic-Nixa matchup later on this year. Glendale is at Rolla. Diamond is at Russellville. Kirksville is at Savannah. Northwest Cedar Hill is at Seckman. Cassville is at Seneca. Both those teams 2-0 in the Big 8 Conference. Fair Grove 2-0 goes to Skyline 0-2. Kearney is at Smithville. Truman is at Southeast. Lexington is at St. Michael the Archangel. Lee Summit North is at Staley. Lee Summit North, the number 1 ranked team in Class 6. Ash Grove at 2-0 goes to Stockton. Union is at Sullivan. Liberty Mountain View is at Thayer. Cole Camp is at Tipton. Fredericktown is at Valley Catholic. Mid Buchanan is at West Platte. Van Horn is at William Chrisman. Branson is at Willard. Two of the maybe upstart or very improved teams in that COC. Branson gets a win a week ago against Carthage. Willard's lone win came against Neosho in week 1, and then a good showing against Joplin last week. Cabool's at Willow Springs, and Excelsior Springs is at Winnetonka. And we'll be back after these messages from the Missouri Sports Network.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job, so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get a $500 cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy CyberCash. Visit ChevyCyberCash.com today.
It means the world to me to have a job where I can help farmers. That's what I want to do, is be here for them.
Alan became a counselor in a rough time. He just has a feeling for what we as farmers are going through.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team, not only us, but Country Financial. And I've learned that there's people that also are going to watch out for us and that care.
Everyone thinks their mom makes the crispiest, juiciest, best chicken ever.
No way. The country's best chicken comes from Pizza Ranch.
Hot and ready on the buffet, it's always available, along with your favorite comfort foods, like mashed potatoes and gravy.
Which are never lumpy, like my mom's potatoes.
Sorry, Mom. The country's best chicken, along with mashed potatoes and gravy, are always found on the buffet at Pizza Ranch.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network. Guy Newcomb sitting in here for the next few minutes here. We're going to take an opportunity here to play a little interview. We got to track down our Iona Labor's Local 663 Athletes of the Week. And so without further ado, we'll hear from Coach Brumley and the Nixa Boys cross-country team. Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Presented by Great Southern Bank. Great Southern Bank with more than 100 locations in 6 states. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC. Also presented by the Bank of Billings, Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, Doak Propane, Shelter Insurance, and now for our Iona Labor's Local 663 Team of the Week, we go to Nixa High School, home of the Eagles, and cross-country head coach Lance Brumley. Coach Brumley, hey, thanks for your time today.
You bet. Thanks for having us on. Really neat seeing high school sports being promoted like this, and we're glad to be a part of it.
Coach, you guys are off to a great start. You won the Southwest Cross-Country Coaches Association Richard Clark Invitational at Bolivar earlier, or actually that was last week. Tell us a little bit about that race and some of the teams that were present. I was there, and just a lot of runners.
Yeah, for Southwest Missouri, it's one of the biggest races that we have hosted there at the golf course in Bolivar, and it's put on by the Coaches Association. And it's something we try to get every school in Southwest Missouri to come be a part of, and they incorporate so many different classes of races and score it out differently that way. But for sure, the largest schools in the Southwest Missouri area are there.
Tell us a little bit about how you go about making your schedule up. I kind of see. I know you're at Ray-Pec on Saturday tomorrow, the 9th. Do you typically try and run every weekend, or how do you go about making up a schedule for cross country?
Yeah, we race every weekend, pretty much from now until the first part of October. Try to find courses that are challenging and try to match up with teams in the state that we know that are some of the best quality teams around. And so at the Southwest Missouri one, we want to honor our Coaches Association and Richard Clark himself. So we go to that one. Next week we go to Raymore Peculiar in the Kansas City area to get a chance to see some of the schools in the Kansas City area. And more in the middle of September, we'll go to the Gans Creek Invitational in Columbia. That's where the state meet is held. So we want to see the state course, and they bring in everybody from the state. And then once you hit October, you get into your championship portion of like our conference meet and our district meet, and those are the local schools.
Tell us a little bit about your team, numbers-wise. I know you've got probably your top 6 runners there behind you, but tell us a little bit about the numbers that are associated with your team and what you lost maybe to graduation a year ago, and who's kind of had to step in and fill some roles.
You bet. We've got almost 84 kids on the team, pretty much even split between the boys and the girls. This year, our seniors, one of the largest senior classes we ever had. We've got 19 athletes, and again, that's pretty evenly split, boys and girls. We got some of our boys here today, junior and other senior athletes. We did graduate last year, one young man from our varsity team that went on to run at Evangel. And then on the girls team, we returned all the girls that ran on the varsity team last year.
Very good. Well, you can start where you'd like behind you, kind of introduce these young men here one at a time, and we'll visit with them.
You bet. I'll start here right directly behind me. This is Aaron Ashley. Aaron is a junior, and he was the Southwest Coaches Association meet champion and ran that race in 15:31. And then next to him in the black shirt here is Mason Shank. Mason is a returning varsity runner for us. He's a senior. And then next to him is Logan Richard. Logan also is a senior, has run varsity for us for several years. In the middle, we have Alex Worthley. Again, also runs on our varsity team. Next to him is Matthew Martin. Matthew is actually a specialist for us in the steeplechase in track and field. And so if you get a chance to talk with him about that, he's our guy that does that. And on the end is Devin Kemp. Devin is one of our multi-sport athletes here at Nixa High School, competes in track and field and basketball for Coach Blansett, and in cross country for us.
Outstanding. Well, we'll start there with Aaron. Aaron, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Tell us a little bit about, I noticed your time from last year to this year in this race. You improved by 40 seconds. You won the meet. Tell us a little bit about the race from your standpoint, and did you feel really good at the beginning? Obviously, you felt good at the end.
Yeah, I felt really good at the start and just a strong finish. Good.
Tell us a little bit about your how you get prepared for the race. Obviously, some of the runners that are coming into that. What do you do to kind of get mentally and physically prepared for a upcoming race?
Well, mentally, our whole team has a meditation time about like an hour before race time, so that helps a lot.
What are you thinking about? During the race, you're trying to keep a pace. Where did you lead the entire race, or where were you during the race? Were you maybe 4 or 5 back, or did you lead the entire race?
So my plan was to stick behind the guy in first and then kick at the end, but he ended up dropping early in the race. So then I had my chance to lead the race.
Outstanding. Are there courses that you enjoy running? I know you've got Gans Creek, you got Ray-Pec, and I've seen pictures and have been to Gans Creek there in Columbia. Are there races courses that you particularly enjoy running?
I love running a Swicka and Gans. It's one of my favorite ones.
Outstanding. Now you're just a junior, correct?
Yep.
All right. Any plans? Are you thinking about your senior year? Obviously, is coming up next year, but you have thoughts and aspirations maybe to run at the next level?
Yeah, I really want to compete in college one day. So
Outstanding. Well, Aaron, number one, congratulations on winning the Southwest Cross Country Coach Association meet, and congratulations for being part of Lyon Labor's Local 663 Team of the Week. And Mason is next here. Mason, tell us a little bit about how long have you been running cross country?
So I've been running cross country since I was in 8th grade. Yeah, so this will be my 5th year.
What particularly do you enjoy about cross country?
Ooh, I would say number one, I really just enjoy these guys and I enjoy our team and just kind of getting out there every day and working with them. And, even outside of practice, having these guys as my friends, we just have a really good group. And I also just enjoy, running is a very painful sport, but it's pretty simple at the end of the day too. So I enjoy just, going to get out there and just pushing myself and really seeing, how far I can push myself every day. And just, it's a big mental game. And I really like that, who can be the strongest on the day. So
as you step up to the starting line and the referee's getting ready to fire the gun again, what are you thinking about there in those last few moments before the gun goes off?
I don't know if I'm really thinking about anything. I don't know, just kind of, getting ready to go. I try not to overthink things. So just waiting for that sound and then, running really fast after that. So.
And obviously cross country is an individual, but it's also very much a team sport. So you finish as a team. What's going through your mind during the race? Are you having? I see coaches a lot saying, "Hey, you got to move up 1, you got to move up 3, something like that." Kind of tell us about what's going on during the race from a team aspect.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say obviously the team is really important during the race. So you're always kind of thinking like, where are my teammates? Trying to key off of them, like who's in front of me, who's behind me. If they're kind of coming up on you, it's like, hey, like let's run together, like let's get through this, and obviously coaches are yelling all the time, numbers about points. Are always kind of thinking like, hey, like how can I put myself in the best position to put the team in the best position? Just trying to, obviously pass as many people as you can, especially people from teams, that we know are good or could potentially beat us, always looking out for them. So it really, oftentimes people don't understand fully the team aspect of cross country or kind of underestimate it, but it really is like a huge factor. I mean, this is a team sport and it's, we all are relying on each other. Even during the race, when it looks like you're just kind of working on yourself. No, you're working for the team too. You're running for them too, running with them too. And just all trying to move up as best you can. So.
All right. Well, Mason, on behalf of Lyona's Local 663, congratulations for being part of the Team of the Week.
Thank you. Yeah.
And next we have Logan. Logan's also a senior. Logan, tell us a little bit about how long you've been involved in cross country and what are some aspects that you really enjoy.
So I've been in cross country since about 7th grade. I took off 8th grade and then got back into it freshman year. So I've been going for 5 years, same as Mason, just a little different. And I'd say the thing that I, enjoy about cross country is the discipline aspect. You can take somebody who's not really like mature or knows what they're doing in life, and it kind of switches them into a person that has a purpose and like has a want. And like Mason was talking about, the team foundation of it, it's, brought me like new friends and things that I never would have had before that. So
what do you enjoy most about race day? Obviously getting to the finish line. But what do you enjoy most about as you're looking tomorrow? You're going to be at Ray-Pec. You're going to leave, get on a bus tonight, go up, stay the night. But as you look forward to tomorrow, what do you enjoy the most about race day?
I'd say just that, the hour beforehand where it's like our team getting to warm up and just kind of get ready to compete together as a whole. I'd say that's probably my favorite part. You just get to spend time with your team and, get excited to hopefully, PR together, just have a great day. So
outstanding. Are there courses that you look forward to racing on?
Definitely GANs, because that's one of the faster courses. And then I'd like to, I'm excited for Ray-Pec tomorrow. Last year I lost my shoe on it, so I kind of had a tough race. So I'm excited to get back and hopefully get my revenge on the course. So, yeah.
What do you do when you throw a shoe? Do you stop, put it back on, or you just leave it?
Well, my strategy probably wasn't the best, but I was about 300 meters into the race last year, and I kind of just took my shoe and flung it off my foot and then ran the rest of the race with a sock and a shoe.
How'd you finish?
Dying. That wasn't my best race, but I mean.
All right. Well, Logan, also congratulations for being part of Loud and Labor's Local 663 Team of the Week.
Thank you.
And again, we're visiting with Nick's Eagles boys cross country team and head coach Lance Brumley here, part of our Team of the Week, brought to you by Launa Labor's Local 663. And they remind us to drive safely in work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Up next, we have Alex. Alex, congratulations, and tell us a little bit about your experience in these races.
Well, thank you. I've been running cross country since 7th grade, so I've been doing it for a long time. The thing that I like to try to think about during these races is actually not thinking at all. So, there's a quote that Maverick says in Top Gun Maverick. He says, "Don't think, just do." That was my mindset going into this last race, of not getting caught up in your mind, because when you do that, you start to kind of spiral, and you can have negative thoughts. And instead of if you just go in, just running, just racing, just kind of shut your mind off, you can kind of push through that a little easier.
Talk about during a race, and we've talked a little bit about this with coaches. You got to move up, and you're trying to, so to speak, run with blinders on. What are you thinking about during the race? Because you just said you're not really thinking, but are you listening to those cues coming from coaches or maybe other teammates, or are you maybe pushing a teammate that's in front of you? Hey, we've got to move up. Tell us just during the race some of the things that you're taking in, and some of the things that how are you helping your teammates?
So, that's a good question. I'm definitely aware. I'm definitely listening. It's not that I just shut off and I'm like, just running. Whenever I hear things of like, you got to move up or things like that, I try and figure out how can I do that? Where will I do that? Will I do that on this curve? Will I do it on this hill? Things like that. And so I guess it's kind of impossible to just not think at all. But that's kind of what I tell myself is don't think, just do. But I'll be thinking of if my buddy's coming up behind me, then I'll run faster. And then you can't really talk to people in the race, but you're hoping that buddy's then gonna ride with you and pass some kids with you. So
are you the rabbit? Are you the one that kind of maybe sets the pace? Are you trying to run other people out of the race? Wear them down by trying to step and maybe pick up the pace, or is there someone on the team that does that?
Well, last year, me and this guy were neck and neck, and he kind of views me as a pacer, and so we get very competitive. So we kind of learn throughout the year a little bit about each other. I found out he's got the most lethal kick in the last 200 meters than anyone I ever know. So he likes to ride my hip and then leave me at the end. So I had to figure out how do I leave him before he can catch me. So then I might kick like 1,000 meters to the end, knowing that he won't be able to keep up and catch me there. So I guess in that sense, I was kind of the rabbit there. I was pacing him. But in a lot of races, I don't know, I'm just kind of going off of other people.
Very good. Well, Alex, also congratulations. And Matthew, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when he kicks at 1,000 meters? What's going through your mind? Are you trying to catch him, or are you just trying to get?
Oh yeah, I'm behind him. All I can think about is stay with him. If I get to 200 meters, he knows that I can beat him. I play the mental mind game. But this guy, he pushes me like nobody else. I love running with him.
Talk about the rivalries. Do you have other schools or other runners that you particularly enjoy seeing at these meets? Saying, okay, this is a team we've got to beat, or this is a rivalry run right here. We've got to make sure we beat this team.
Yes, of course, there's rivalries. I mean, this is a competitive sport. You get to know these guys over the 4 years that you run high school, and you know who's beating you, what teams you need to beat, and you go in with that mindset like, hey, I'm here to destroy you. But at the end of this, we're good. We're friends. Like me and Alex, we're besties. Even though we got that frenemies, yes. Even though we got that competitive nature during the race.
So who are you? Who maybe is your biggest rival? What team out there are you looking forward to running against?
Rockbridge, Liberty North, all the top schools. What other one, guys? Help me out.
Liberty.
Anybody
in our district.
Anybody in our district. We're trying to beat them all. We're beating them all.
Very good. And you're also the steeplechase, during track season. How'd you get involved in that?
Well, I just told Coach, hey, this looks fun. Can I try it out? And he was like, heck yeah. But I love doing it. It's a fun race. I'm not the fastest guy there, just in cross country in general, but I know how to work hard, and the steeplechase is really just where I can compete with guys who are on the same level with me.
Yeah. Well, you've got a former Nixa alum that is Olympic medalist, in that.
Oh yeah, Courtney Ferris.
Yes, very good.
She came to practice one day, and I got to talk to her a little bit about the steeplechase, and she gave me a little tricks of the trade.
Very good. Well, Matthew, thanks so much for being part of it. Congratulations on behalf of Iona Laborers, Local 663, and being part of Team of the Week.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. Devin, how are you?
Good. How about you?
I am good. Tell us a little bit about what's going through your mind during a race, and how long have you been involved with cross country, and what do you enjoy about it?
I've been involved for 5 years. Like Logan, we had the same. We did it in 7th grade, and then 8th grade we took a break, played football, came back to it because we weren't very good at football. We got our B team right here. Yeah. So.
What do you do? How do you get prepared on race day? What are some things that's going through your mind?
Well, we have this hour, what's it called? An hour ahead plan, a planned schedule warm-up thing. And we have our own time ahead of that to get prepared ourselves. And then we all like to prepare as a team together because it's a team sport. And we meditate. We do our 10-minute warm-up. And then like Aaron said, I came off this, like Aaron said, he talked about how we warm up for 10 minutes, and it's only, if you got to think about it, a 15, 16-minute race. So you're already halfway there. So I try to keep that in my mind as I run.
Very good. And, Coach mentioned you're a multi-sport athlete. How obviously cross country has helped you in your other sports. Talk a little bit about how that kind of prepares you as you go into the winter sport and then back into track and field.
It prepares me because my endurance. I play all the time for basketball. I play like the most out of anybody. I don't really come off the floor. My coaches are like, "How do you never get tired?" I'm like, "Because I do cross country." So it helps me a lot by my stamina. And then going into my track season, I kind of have that stamina and speed so I develop for basketball and from cross country. And I still run a little bit over the winter time. So.
All right. Well, outstanding. Well, Devin, congratulations on being part of the Iona Laborers Local 663 Team of the Week. Gentlemen, I greatly appreciate your 20 minutes here today. And Coach Brumley, I understand you guys getting on a bus here at 5 o'clock this afternoon to head up to Ray-Peg. What are some goals as a coach? What do you have? I mean, obviously you're going there to win the meet.
Well, yeah. One thing I want to point out too, you'd touched on this a little bit about the team aspect and the atmosphere. These young men have made a commitment several years ago to be in this position. It's not something they decided in June. that, hey, we think we want to be good. It has taken a long time, and only the people in this sport can really appreciate, how long that is and what kind of commitment it takes. And so they met as freshmen right here in my classroom and talked about a vision of where they want to be when they're seniors. And so like I said, we're going up to Ray-Pec. We're gonna compete to win it. And every meet that we go to, we want to do that this year. And some of these are pretty big. So you saw that SWICA meet that we ran in Bolivar. There were almost 300 boys in that race. Yeah. We'll run at Missouri Southern next week. Same thing. About 300 kids. Teams from Northwest Arkansas, teams from Eastern Oklahoma, some of the best teams in Missouri. And then when we race at Gants Creek, there'll be 300 plus in that one as well. And so, just finding some great competition and trying to put our best foot forward. And, iron sharpens iron, and we want to get out there and give these kids a chance to compete against the best.
Very good. Well, Coach, I greatly appreciate you helping set this up, and best of luck. Going into Ray-Pec. Safe travels, and then Gants Creek a week after that, and you come back with your own next invitational there on September 30th. But again, congratulations on behalf of Lyon and Labor's Local 663 on being Team of the Week.
All right. Thank you so much for having us on.
Thank you. You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. And welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. As this time of night, everyone's probably headed out to the football field. It's coming up on 6 o'clock. Tonight, games get kicked off at 7 p.m. We'll have the Friday Night Live high school football scoreboard show at 9:30, from 9:30 to 11. We'll be talking with coaches from around the state, so make sure you tune in right here at the Missouri Sports Network. Scoreboard Guy on Twitter. Everyone have a great day, and as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, hey, buckle up. It's 3 seconds, and it could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Good night. God bless.